Good evening, and welcome back, travelers. We're episode 34 of our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Death Attack campaign. Tonight's episode is titled The City of Love. We last left off our heroes, adventurers, our widowmakers. Heroes is a strong word with you guys.
Yeah, let's say heroes with widowmakers. That's not a good look.
No, we effectively fucked the whole world. Very unheroically.
After a few days of travel, our adventurers find us on the 20th of Hammer. Is the current date today. It is the second 10-day of Hammer. And as your ship sails into the port of the great city of Etros, also known as the City of Love, some of you have been here before. Well, actually, all of you have been here before, besides for Lava Day. This is your first time coming to the great city of Etros. Although both Falner and Kaz had a educational stint here in the city as they attended Robincrest, one of the most prestigious bardic schools in all of Avendon, specializing in music. And Jez, you've also made frequent stops here, as Etros is one of the major harbor or port cities that's the closest to the Strand. Technically, this city is not part of the Strand. It is part of the main continent of Avendon, one of the most southern westmost points. The day is rather gloomy. As you come into your visible scenery, you can see, besides for the mass amount of ships that are already docked and have made port within the city, clouds hang low on this winter day. The sun being completely obscured, its warmth hidden behind a blanket. A slight breeze rolls over the deck as the ship prepares to dock, lower anchor. All the crewmates finish their work as the boat neatly nestles its way up on its own dock. Barry rings out from the deck, calling out to the captain. Captain!
I'll head out and find him.
Ship's docked. Everything's all set and ready for you. Do you have any orders for the crew?
Just watch the ship, I guess. I don't know. Do something. Go get something to eat. Visit a whole house, I don't care. As long as someone's here watching it.
All right, Captain. I'll let the crew know. Eat, watch the ship, and visit whorehouses. Direct orders. Notice that he turns and makes his way off. Jez, you find yourself at the helm and command of the ship.
Alright, where's everyone else?
What is everyone else doing as the ship would have came in a dock?
I would be in my room, just relaxing.
I'm currently down in my room, getting ready to go out into Etros.
You're all aware that this ship has docked. You guys can hear the sound of the seagulls. You can hear the busy work of the dock hands that are hard at labor within just the short proximity of your location. You can hear the sound of merchants, travelers, citizens of Etros making their way through the city streets. Fuller?
I would have been in my room studying that conch.
Okay. Fuller, as you have been in your room spending the last few days trying to decipher the properties on that conch shell that you acquired as a gift, you haven't been able to make much leeway on it. You're capable of understanding the basis of the conch runic shell. You understand that this must have been used in some sort of ceremony, some sort of celebrational ceremony. It's definitely nothing involving war. It doesn't seem to be involving anything, any sort of artistic standpoint. Definitely had a purpose, you're just not quite sure what it was. Could you please give me a perception check, please?
That's a natural 20, 27 altogether.
Okay. As you are preparing yourself to head out into the city as well, you actually are taken back for a moment. You kind of lost track of time. You struggle to get ready, and as you do, you take your books and you start putting them in order and getting them packed up. And as you do, the main book that you've been studying from, Anam's Verdict, it actually falls off of your bed onto the floor, and as it does, you notice that the pages fall and land beautifully on a very interesting page. Now, you've read this page over and over and over again, but this time you see something new. You actually see what looks to be a code within the book. Some sort of secret message by the author. It seems as though if you were to read the page within a certain order, instead of going from left to right, you read from top to bottom. There seems to be a runic pattern. As you look at it, you realize that the pattern is quite easy to identify, and you're able to read it, but it would be like reading words with the center missing. There's something that you don't have that prevents you from reading these. Out of a quick and ingenious thought, you take the conch shell and place it next to the page. As you do, you switch it and line it up vertically, and you then roll the conch shell over the page. And as you roll it, it embeds itself into the paper. And as you roll it across, it lies perfectly within the text and page before you, giving you the perfect runic indentation in the gaps that you were missing. Do you read it out?
Yes, I do.
As you go to read it, you start speaking in your giant tongue. As the words begin to fall out of your mouth, a very familiar feeling begins to pass over you. It is the feeling of a spell. It is the feeling of a magical effect beginning to take place. As you speak it, you see before you, on your side, where your club rests on your belt, magical runes begin to appear and almost glow and enchant their way into the wood. It only happens for a split second and it disappears, but you know and believe that what you just experienced was a type of magic that giants possess. Certain warriors and shamans amongst their people are considered to be rune knights or runic shamans. You're not sure, but you believe you may have unintentionally just cast one of those runic spells.
I get myself real hyped up about that. I was like, I'm gonna fucking go. Oh, I feel like I really figured something out here. When I grab my club and I take a very close look at it. Do I see the room still?
Yeah, you do.
Interesting. I checked myself over. Is there any other rooms?
Not that you're aware of.
Interesting. Alright, I put it back. I go back to the page. If I switch it around anywhere, does it look like it reads something else?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh shit. That is 18.
18. As you switch the conch shell around, you do notice that it does look like it could possibly be used for a different scenario. But if it is, it's on a book or a page that you don't have.
Interesting. Alright. Well, at this point, do I notice that we pulled in anywhere?
Yeah, you notice that the ship has stopped.
Alright. Well then, once I realize that, I'll go ahead and I'll just close up everything and put everything away and then go up top.
Okay.
Join all the others.
So, while I'm in my room, I do want to look outside the window and make sure, like you said, the weather looked gloomy.
Yeah, it's clouds blanket the sky at the moment. There was a little bit of precipitation earlier, but the rain has stopped. It's not uncommon for this time of year here in the southern portion of Abendal. But that's the current weather state.
So, what I would like to do is get my winter coat out. It's a long coat, so I'm going to put it over my cloak so I can still pull the hood up.
Okay.
I'm going to take my sash off, and I'm going to wrap it around like it's a scarf and cover my face.
Okay.
I'm going to bring my bag with me, but I'm going to make sure that my rapier of warning is to my side, and then I'm also going to have my moonblade to one side. But after that, I'm going to head up deck and prepare to head out.
All right. Lavender.
I'm going to go ahead and get up, and I haven't done this yet, but after we cleaned off the butterfly, what did you call it?
It's a brooch.
A brooch. I couldn't remember the word. I apologize. I'm going to, since I have like that tiger pelt sewn into the armor that they have, I'm assuming it has like a new.
Go ahead.
Like, I'm assuming it's kind of like where it has like the needle where it can go through and then like latch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and just put that on the pelt.
Okay.
And I'm going to grab the book about demons that they have, and I'm going to bring it up, and before I'm going to try to find Jess before we actually like get off the boat, because
Okay.
she said she would help me with it.
So, Lavender, you actually find Jezebel up on deck with Kaz and Falner, who are getting ready to depart into the city.
Oh, hey everybody.
There he is.
Yeah, I'm here still.
So, how many days has it been since the chest scenario? How much time has it been since they got their items?
It has been a basically about a few days. So,
So, what's the deal with the items from the chest? No, we haven't really talked about it. Is everything all right with everyone?
Not really.
It's good.
That is good.
I don't know what to say.
This was my sister's. And
Right.
I'm just going to wear it for a little bit. Forever, probably.
I just want to see what kind of like game this merchant is trying to play with what he's doing with the items that he
Right.
gave you. So before we go and meet him, I'm assuming you're coming with me.
Right. I think mine had a tremendous breakthrough with mine.
How so?
Well, I was reading it. It
You can read it.
right. I could read Giant. You didn't know that. I thought I told you.
I mean, maybe you did. I don't know. I probably forgot.
Right. Well, yeah, I could read Giant, and something in the runes on there. They match something in my book that I was trying to get trying so hard to get my hands on, right? And anyway, we'll take a look at this. I pull out my club. I got a rune on it.
How'd you do that?
I'm not exactly sure, but
Or just like appear on there or something?
it has to do with shamanistic rituals. Something mentioned a rune night.
Wait, I'm looking around. I see Barry. Is he still on the ship or he leave?
Barry's working with other crewmates.
Hey, Barry. Come here.
Barry drops what he's doing, walks over. Yeah, what can I do for you, Captain?
I'm pointing to the club.
It looks like a bunch of markings on it.
Well, they were runes, right? That's how you can read those.
Whatever that is, I can't read it.
Huh.
I can tell you what it is. This one says Haug.
Says what?
Haug.
Hog?
Haug. Haug. H-A-U-G. Haug. It's a hill giant rune.
Okay.
Right. And if I'm not mistaken, it just really makes me more sturdy.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't think you get any more sturdy than you already were.
Right. I didn't think so either.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here we
Incredible.
are.
I'm very impressed.
Right. Well, we'll keep on doing some studying.
You
I
might
think
want to give one of those runes to Barry for his face.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, if it would benefit him, with not being a true believer of me pantheon.
Are you the aliens guy? all of a sudden?
My pantheon. But
Sean.
So, no offense, Barry. You've been taking a lot of blows to the head.
I
lately.
think it looks good. Your nose, it gives it a bit more
Character.
right.
You look scarier.
Okay, so
Right, man.
Guess that is a bonus for being a pirate, looking more scary.
has anybody else been to Atros?
I have.
Okay.
You already know I have.
I don't even know what a
I think
nitros
Slaven
is.
is the only one that hasn't been.
Okay, so how about we meet in the trade district? There's a small shop there that sells magical wares. Can put you top to the head.
Let's see here. Grab my random list.
Actually, does that halfling have a shop here?
Don't you dare.
Yes.
Don't you.
Bobby Tom?
All right, there's a Bobby Tom shop in the trade district. Let's just meet there.
Why? Why there?
Oh, well, no, it doesn't matter. He won't be there. I'm sure he won't be there. It'll be fine. It's a shop.
It's just annoying halfling his own.
Oh, hey, you got that room now. You're a big, tough guy.
I ain't fight with him.
Okay.
What does a Bobby
He's
Tom?
he's just annoying. You know that ring you guys were so fond of putting on me back in.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't recall that either.
Oh, is that so?
Hmm.
Right. All right. I didn't forget.
Must have been one of those fever dreams you've been having lately.
Okay.
I just remember you waking up screaming.
So meet at Bobby Tom's, and so you three are probably gonna go meet the merchant.
Probably, maybe, I don't know.
I'm just gonna go run a few errands real quick.
Why don't you want to meet the merchant yourself?
He has no need to. He has other things he has to do. So we'll meet you there in, like, I don't know, in a couple hours. Does that sound good? Is that enough time for you?
Yes,
or-
I just need to double check a couple things. Because if I meet the merchant now, it might not be good. So,
Right, got that. We'll meet him without you. Good luck on, your journey that you're doing.
Is there anything you want us to ask him for you?
if I have to find the merchant myself, I'll have my own words with him. Alright, I'm going to cover up my face. I'm going to head off the ship.
Right.
So, should we make a stop at a tavern on the way?
I think so. I would never turn down a nice mug of ale.
Before we go, I want to hold out the book. I didn't really want to mess with anybody because when I got the thing from the chest, it wasn't very good. Me and Fulmer talked about it, but do you mind reading this with me real quick? You said you
Doing
would.
and saying a lot of things are confusing me. What's this?
The book about the Zuckmoy mushroom thingy.
Oh, you kind of assume me to read it with you?
Yeah, I can't read this.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I just hand that over here. So what
Oh,
part am I
don't-
reading here? Just...
I don't really know how to spell it. The guy didn't really tell me how to spell it. Zuckmoy.
That's an index? Oh, for an index.
Yeah, if you look
Okay.
to the index, you can find a
Alright, more to
Zuckmoy.
Z. Okay. Oh, here we go. Alright, let's see what we got here.
And I'm just going to kind of peer
Thank
over.
God I remember how to do that. I'm gonna flip to that page.
Okay. And this is the book that you got from.
From Neve.
So it was the book about the demon lords, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll read it out loud, so as you're reading it, I'm saying it.
Okay. So the small little insert of it is that Zuckmoy is a demon lord. I believe that she resides on 244. I'll have to look that up.
And they get addresses.
They have a specific number.
I'm trying to go to her house and do a little in-home visit, you know what I'm saying?
The most of the actual segment within the book about Zuckmoy just speaks about her feud that she had with two specific other demon lords. One being Jubilex, the demon lord of oozes, who wants to compete with her for who can overgrow on more stuff. And
Are these real?
yes. And of course, there is also her other rival, who she has, of a recent millennia, has no longer feuded with her, but that would have been the demon lord Lolth, who has ascended into godhood. No longer is currently feuding with her because Lolth is just far more powerful than Zuckmoy could possibly engage with. Although this has made her feud with Jubilex even more strenuous since Jubilex is madly in love with Lolth. End of segment.
That is it.
I don't know how helpful that is for you, but that's what it says.
There's nothing about how to kill it?
No, there's nothing in here about that. I mean, I can look again. We'll take the index. Is
You're-
there another part to this little
You
shitstorm?
you go through it, you don't see anything, but you are fairly aware that if there was a way to kill demon lords, then they would just kill the demon lords. They probably wouldn't have them in a book.
Yeah, you know, I think about it. I don't think you're gonna find that information in a book. They probably.
So you think you've been possessed by Zuckmoy?
No, I am me. I
Right.
don't think I was possessed by anything.
Well, it says something about like competition between who can grow more stuff on things. I don't want to know what that really means, but it sounds like you're part of that. Maybe.
I don't really want to be a part of that. That's why I wanted to kill
Well,
it.
you don't want to be, but you are. It's your situation right now.
Alright, so I didn't get a good look at what was inside of you. Is it just mushrooms?
Mushrooms, his heart's gone. It's like a big ball of thorns. I think it was glowing green, right?
His heart is missing, and it did appear to be replaced by a woven ball of thorn and briar.
Was there like a green light?
There was a green
Yeah.
light in the center of it, yes.
Yeah, so he's got like this big ball of just weeds.
Alright. So how do you get rid of mushrooms?
I guess you just rip them out of him, but I don't know, they could just be his organs or mushrooms. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know.
You'd have to open him up. I'm not looking at that again. I'm not walking into that again. That was disgusting. I'm not doing that.
Was it just on
I
the
feel like
surface
you
of
saying
things?
it was disgusting is also mentioning me as disgusting, and I don't really like that.
You're fine as a person. The inside of you is just gross. You're good. You're amazing on the outside, but the inside of you is not pretty.
I feel like that was like a
Nuance.
backhanded compliment.
But you know, let's
I'm a
just
little
speak. Let's just use common logic here, right? With demon lords, like, what would you usually, if you're having problems with that kind of thing, would you go to like, you know, like a priest or something along those lines? Like the
I don't-
opposite of a demon.
Right. Maybe you just need to be exorcised.
I don't know if it's
What
that
does that
simple.
even
But I mean,
mean?
so it's a good place to start to ask someone who might have more knowledge. Like, is a demonologist a term in this
Yeah,
world?
there are demonologists. There's actual people who work with devils on a regular basis.
Yeah, well, maybe we could find like a demonologist or something for you.
Where do I even look for that? Do you think they have them here?
We could ask around.
You could probably find anything here. Probably.
Maybe if there's like a temple or something that could they could point us in the right direction. They might have connections.
Maybe
Might-
the merchant might know.
I wouldn't
No,
ask him for
I-
any favors.
Do you remember what I told you about the merchant?
I know. I'm just saying that maybe knowledge does seem to be his or her trade. So maybe they know.
So what they're saying is that I learned from this, and then I killed him.
Yes. He's going to kill him, by the way.
The merchant?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm going to do it.
Okay. Well, maybe we can table that.
The brooch he got from him or her.
Him. It's a him.
It's for sure him.
The merchant is
Well-
fun fact. His name is Nethel.
Nethel?
Nethel.
I'm going to call him Nethel. Do you think he would
That's
like
a
that?
good way to start a feud with him, so that's
I'm
how
going
it's
to
started.
start a feud with
Well,
him.
the item he got from him was very personal.
In a bad way.
And it was kind of questionable how he came across it.
Yeah.
Tell her what you saw.
What you saw?
So the brooch itself, it belonged to his sister.
Mm-hmm.
And it had blood all over it, and she did die. And when I touched it, I did see a vision of her final moments.
Right, so I don't know why, I don't know what his game is, but for some reason he's trying to poke at us at a personal level. Except for you, I don't know what yours is about, but he seemed to bother Kaz too, so his item was also quite personal.
Is that why he left?
Yeah, he's dealing with some stuff. So we won't be seeing him for at least a couple hours, I imagine.
Maybe we should walk and talk then. Do you mind if
Yeah.
we found a demonologist here?
We can keep an eye out to see if there's like any shrines or temples or whatever they do here.
Would I know of a place to look for one in the city?
Well, demonologist isn't specifically something that Robin Crest deals with. There isn't any infernalists or demonologists that operate within the college. You do know that the bardic schools of the north, however, do have a few particular schools or practices that involve demons or infernalism or undeath. There's actually a very rare branch of bards that are into nihilistic, self-deprivating music. They're into very melancholy, sad music. Essentially, goth bards.
I'm gonna be honest, like out of character. I was picturing the entire time the Adam Sandler scene from Wedding Singer.
Somebody kill me.
That's accurate.
We have to go. Suggest it now.
As far as demonologists, though, you do know that there is a Temple of the Blessed Three here within the city, and they would have knowledge on demons and devils. They do kill them
There is one place I could think of in this city called it's the Temple of the Blessed Three.
No, in the city, it's known as the Sanctuary.
Sanctuary of Blessed Three. Sorry, I got it wrong first time.
This is the sanctuary.
I know.
Just,
I know we have
Sanctuary.
I know we have kind of a lot of things to do over here. Do you mind if we stop by maybe real quick? Maybe they can
Yeah,
point us in the right direction.
It seems like something that's important, so maybe we should just go and make the time to do that.
I appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope it is easy to deal with because I don't like the idea of somebody trying to control me.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested, honestly, to see what all they have going on there myself, so I wouldn't mind stopping by.
Thank you.
I'll do it for you, Lavender.
Oh, that is very sweet of you. I appreciate it. But maybe we should get going.
Lead the way, Connor.
All right.
You know where you're going?
Of course, I've been here for many years.
as you get ready to exit the ship, you all head down onto the dock. You do realize that the three of you are encountered by an individual walking up to a rather heavy-set, what appears to be a human male, pale in complexion with curly red hair, freckles. Excuse me, is this the vessel that is, does this belong to you? I just spoke with your dark elf friend. Just said that this ship belonged to a Jez. Is there a Jezebel here?
That would be me. Was there a problem?
I am the harbor master.
Oh.
How long would the ship be staying on dock and the business here in the great city of Atros?
This is like documentation you're taking down.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Alright. I'm gonna just go shuffle through and we'll pull out like 5 gold coins. And be like, how about we just leave it at this? I'm gonna set it in his hand.
You are trying to bribe me.
It's just an offer, that's all. Take it or leave it.
5 gold coins. This will give you 5 hours to think about getting this signed. I recommend you're back in 5 hours.
I can do that.
All right, very well, carry on.
Good day.
He turns and begins to walk away from your ship.
I'm not signing shit. Let's get back in 5 hours and we can leave.
Meanwhile, as the three of you head deeper into the city, Kaz, you, after passing the harbor master, have made your way into the port portion of Etros. Etros is designed very much like a large soup bowl within a smaller soup bowl. It's right on the coast. It's a large circular-shaped city with another portion of the city in the center, which is usually considered to be the main attraction of the city, the jewel of it, as you could say. Many channels and canals actually run through Etros. Etros is almost just as much water as it is land. Gondolas make their strolls through the city almost 24/7. Sorry, I should say 24/10. Almost 24/10. At night, Etros is one of the most beautiful cities in all of Abendal. It's visible from sea from miles out into the ocean. Music is played on almost every rooftop. Some of the greatest wines and vineyards of all of Avondale are grown just right outside the gates of Etros, and some of the most fabulous wineries and vineyards of all the lands. Etros is viewed very much as a romantic city. Not only is it a place for passion, art, music, and literature, but it is one of the amazing melding pots of Abendal. Many cultures, people from Sitar, Dremorden, Tarthus, all of them come to Etros. There's almost nothing you can't find. where would you like to go first?
As I enter into the city, I want to stop by the candy shop that I usually pick up my tin of hard candies. I'm going to start there and refill before I head off and check on the nightcaps.
All right. So, as you head towards your favorite candy shop, which is also known as Ifrit's Sweets. As you approach the shop, it actually looks like the storefront has had a little bit of a renovation as of recent. As you look towards the front of the shop, you can see what looks like your cliche-looking genie's lamp. The lamp is being tilted forward, and instead of a genie or flame being tipped from the end, you actually see sugar pouring over the text of, or the font of the shop. As you make your way and open your way into the storefront, the immediate smell of sugar and chocolate and butter fills your nose, and it is a rather welcoming and very enjoyable, nostalgic smell for you. The bell rings, and your high heels click onto that tiled floor. You see before you all the glass cases filled with delectable sweets, treats, candies, pastries, cakes, almost anything you could want to satisfy your sugar or sweet tooth.
Well, I'm going to approach the shopkeep. I'm going to get my tin out and put it up to the counter.
As you make your way up to the front case and you set your hard case and hits the glass countertop, you actually hear somebody from back behind in the room stop what they're doing. You hear the sound of pans being moved out of the way and the door swinging open as you see what looks to be a relatively small, maybe about 4'8", 4'9", human female, well into her elderly years. Her hair is looks to be wrapped up into a bun. However, her hair is a bright and vibrant red, even into her elder years. You notice that she has what looks to be almost orange irises. Her skin has this bronzy, almost brown complexion to it. And as soon as she locks eyes with you, you can see that the deep wrinkles within her skin sort of perk up. Kaz!
Shh.
Is that you?
Okay. Just...
Are you here for your regular sweets?
Yes, I'm here for my regular sweets.
Take off the bandana. I need to see your face.
Well, I thought this would help.
Oh, you sweet little thing, you. It has been so long. Why are you waiting? Why have you kept me waiting? Actually, no, shame on you. Shame on you for making me wait this long.
Yes, it's been a while. It's been a long while.
Do you want your greens or your reds?
Why don't we do a mixture?
All right. You know, said she turns around and she grabs what looks like a nice shovel spatula as she moves into and opens up her candy cases. You notice that she reaches her hand up, grabs the your metal tin off the ground counter. And you know that Dolores has been running Ifrit Sweets for a very long time. You're not sure how long exactly, but you know that as long as you've always been here, she's been running Ifrit Sweets. And you've watched her age into this era of her golden years. You notice that as she fills up your metal tin and slides it forward, I will tell you this, free of charge, you're not paying a dime here, Kaz, but you must tell me where you have been.
I've been trying to find myself, if I'm being honest with you, Dolores. And, well, I've found myself on a crew right now. We're just making a stop. You haven't happened to see, is Lily still around?
Lily, I haven't seen that girl in several months. I think last time I saw her, she came in to order a cake.
Cake?
Yes, I think it was for someone's birthday, she said.
Birthday? Was it, did you write a name on it, or?
Nope, it just had a simple message. Just a happy birthday. No name.
Huh, that's odd. Okay. Oh, well, Dolores, thank you. If I have time, I'm definitely going to stop on my way out and stop up before I leave.
You better.
Yes.
Or next time, she grabs a rolling pin next to her. I'm gonna have to go gamboge on you.
Yes. Yes. I will make sure that I stop by before I leave.
Something else in person.
Well, thank you, Dolores, and you're as beautiful as ever.
Oh, I know.
Ah.
Question is, are you going to go and make up with Lily?
I'm just passing through.
All right. Well, then I'll see you when you leave.
Yes, I'll make sure to stop by.
You notice that she then turns around and heads back into the kitchen as she puts the candy tin full of sweets up there for you.
And I take my tin and I give her a nod and head back into the street, put my scarf back up or my sash.
All right. Where would you like to go from there?
I'm going to get down into the canals, find a gondola, and try to find one of the nightcap entrances. There should be several around the city.
Okay. It doesn't take you long at all. You get to the canals. That's one of the very intricate things about Etros, is that there's so many canals, so many waterways throughout the city. There's a lot of low-tier entrances into the sewer systems and into the aqueducts that run through the city. This makes it quick to get around if you know the layout in your head. Scrat was very good at that. He had a natural, almost uncanny compass-like brain when it came to working the undersewers of Etros. You learned a lot from him. And doesn't take you any time before you make your way to one of the most popular hangouts that the Nightcaps had. In fact, out of all of the hidey holes and all of the safe houses, this is the one that you guys hung your hats up the most. You've passed through the few false walls that the Nightcaps put up within the sewer system, giving you a nice, easy entrance as you push through that wall and you make your way into the long tunnel that'll take you into the secret safe house. The first thing that you notice is that the wall sconces are out. Not only are they out, there isn't even any kindle in them. Looks like they haven't been used in years.
So once I get there, it looks abandoned pretty much.
The hallway getting to the safe house looks abandoned. Yeah, you haven't actually got to the safe house yet.
Okay. I'm gonna push forward.
As you push forward to get to the safe house door always was supposed to stay shut. No matter what. You go in, you shut. When you leave, you shut the door. There is always a secret way to get in. You notice that Scrat was very paranoid about having safe houses ransacked or hit by guards or opposing guilds. And he never quite did trust the Zentarum. When you make your way to that wall, you find the bricks and you press in the 3 bricks that need to be pressed in. And as you do, you see the wall break loose enough to where your fingers can grab the edge, and as you pull it open, the heavy sound of stone scraping against stone beneath your feet as you peer in and you look inside, and you find old memories and a very forgotten room. The hideout appears to have been abandoned some time ago. You're not sure when the last time it had been used. Hell, you might have even still been here the last time it was used. The light pouring in actually from above a nice little metal rain grate that lies within the city streets up above. You remember many days lounging down here as the rain would pour and fill in through the rain grate and land into this horribly crafted fountain that Scrat and Mash had put together while you and Lily would just lazily watch from a couch or a chair. You see one portion of the wall within the room. There's an old piece of foundation, a wood foundation, the building of the construction of this room, where Mash used to make his way over. He actually can still see the horrible red paint that was made in a circle with diagonal angry eyebrows and spiky teeth, as Mash would use as his personal punching pillar. You can still see the knuckle indentations and blood covering from the splinters that he must have received using this. You still see the furniture is all laid about. In fact, everything seems to be placed just where it was. You just don't see any of the gear. You don't see any of the tools. You don't see any of the stuff that really made this place feel like home.
I'm going to take my time. I'm going to just really look the place down.
Could you go ahead and give me an investigation check then, please?
Ooh.
That will be... If D&D and Beyond will... Okay. Investigation will be... 21.
21. All right. As you make your way looking the place over, you go through the cupboards, cabinets, the one desk that was in there. You go through the drawers. It looks as though it was cleared out. Looks as though what all the belongings and things that were in here must have been pulled out at some point, taken. Maybe this safe house became unusable. Maybe it got made. Maybe there was an attack. You don't see any signs of conflict. You don't see any signs of forced entry. But as you were going through and looking for everything, and you're getting the realization that they must have cleared out and left, you actually flip over the sofa that you used to lounge on. And as you flip it over, you hear the sound of clanking and rattling hit the floor. And as you flip it back over and you look down at the stone cobbled floor, and you see 2 D6s. Perfectly on 6. You immediately recognize them as Scrat's lucky D6s.
I'm gonna pick him up. Play with them with my fingers a bit before I pocket them. And
Okay. Do you roll them?
Why not?
As soon as you roll them, you realize that both of them land on 6. You found them on 6. You pick them up again. You roll them again.
Yeah.
As you roll them again, they both land on 6. You then immediately realize that all those times that Scrap beat you in dice, all those times you lost in knuckle bones, you realize that his lucky dice were loaded.
Oh, shit. Like a true nightcap. Okay, take them and just keep.
All right. Go ahead and add Charlatan's dice, or Charlatan's die, to your equipment.
Oh, it's a.
Yep.
All right.
You got 2 of them. It's an actual item, yeah.
Nice.
As you pick them up and you pocket them, you make your way to a few other nightcap locations. Every time you get to another one, it seems pretty much the same. The hangouts and the safe houses are gone. And they all don't seem to really have very much activity. They're pretty much dead. When you left, and it was you and Lily in charge, the nightcaps were thriving. And they were doing really well. But something is wrong. Something is very wrong, because even if these places had been found, even if they had been made, they couldn't have gotten all of them.
At this point, I'm hurrying. I'm running. I want to make my way to. I make my way towards the trade district. I want to see if there's any wanted posters up still. I want to see who's still wanted, who's missing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
20.
20. All right. As you make your way to the trade district, you get yourself close to the center of the city. This is typically where a lot of traffic, a lot of people move in and out of this district. You know, a lot of guards and a lot of law enforcement also make their rounds through this portion of the city. It's where they advertise to bounty hunters or other adventurers that are willing to help them out with duties and jobs. When you make your way to the bounty board and you look up at it, the only person that you see on there that you even recognize is a human. You notice that the human's name is, at least on there, he looks like he's going by Tommy Two Toes. but you can see that the image and picture of him he's much older than you remember him. Everyone else on there, you don't recognize at all. You don't even see anything about nightcaps.
Is there a place I know that low lives like to hang out?
Oh yeah, you are very familiar with a lot of the places that the low lives within Etros like to hang out at. One of the places that is the most famous is known as the Palace.
I'm gonna head there.
Okay, you gonna head to the Palace? All right. And as you head to the Palace, we pan back over to the other group. You've just passed the Harbor Master, and you've made your way into the city of Etros. Where would you like to go?
So what do we do here? I've never been here before. Is there anything kind of like exciting to see?
Well, I mean, we want to go to the shrine for the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Let's go there for
I mean,
do that
but
first.
outside of that, I mean, is there anything to do here?
Oh, of course.
There's plenty of things to do, but I don't want to get you too excited. We have 5 hours, so we gotta go after that and then do something. Kind of be back at the boat at the very least.
Oh, okay. Then let's get to the thing. The sanctuary.
Sure. We can go back. I lead them right to the sanctuary.
As you three make your way through the city, you can see that the architecture of Etros is far different than the places within the north of Abendal, or even places within the Strand. It does have a very unique aesthetic to it. It's almost like if you were to mix Venice with France. There's very, very tight corridors and roads and alleyways that move in between buildings and locations. If you were a individual that could practice parkour or was able to move relatively easy with just your surroundings, this place is a jungle gym for you, and no one would be able to catch you. However, after a short walk and moving through a few districts, you find your way to the sanctuary, a rather large cathedral-like building. The front of it has a beautiful display of 3 panes of massive stained glass. Within these 3 panes of glass, you recognize the 3 deities worshipped by the Blessed Three, which would have been Ilmater, Tempest, and Tor.
Alright, so is there any type of special etiquette we're supposed to have going in this place?
I don't think so.
Alright.
Just don't take anything, I guess.
Don't take anything. Got it. Thank you. Would have tried it.
That feels like you should take your own advice.
What do you mean?
He got you.
What do you mean?
Try to steer clear of spoons.
Doorknobs.
Doorknobs.
Cabinet knobs.
I
Shiny things on the ceiling.
I have no idea what any of you are talking about.
I've never seen anything like these. Like
The stained glass?
yeah, that is really nice. Who are they? Like, why are they even in there? Are they special? I imagine they're special.
Now that one's Tempest. I'll point at Tempest.
Have you ever heard of Tempest?
Is that like a joke?
It was a joke.
I've heard a little bit too much about Tempest.
So yeah, they're like deities.
Huh.
I'm assuming they're the main ones that they worship here? Is that
It's
right?
actually debated on which one of the 3. There's a particular god that is highly debated on who he actually worshipped. Many people believe it's Torm, other people believe it's Lothander. But depending on where you are, either Torm or Lothander is the other one of the Blessed Three.
So, I guess we go in.
Well,
I want to go in. Yes, let's go. Yeah, let's Let's do
Lead the
that.
way, Lavender.
As you make your way and approach up into...
Oh, God, no.
Let's go. Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
You make your way and push yourself into the 2 large double doors that lead into this massive cathedral. As soon as you enter in, it's quite somber. It's very open. Your sound of your footsteps almost echo throughout this room as you make your approach. There's pews that are lined with civilians and people within there that are praying. You actually recognize a few people praying with what looks like red cord wrapped around their hands. You recognize this as a very familiar way that people of Ilmater worship. In fact, you actually know that Claudia has a rosary type twine that she does wrap around her hands as she puts them together to pray. You recognize that the 3 gods depicted are also set at the center stage in the back of the room, where the 3 large figures are shown. What would the 3 of you like to do?
These people are like Claudia. Why did they have the string? I never really asked her that, but I see her with it all the time.
Some dude's praying. I wouldn't know anything about it.
Maybe it's like a focus point or something.
They're trying to cast spells.
Maybe. I mean, I kind of use. Me personally, I kind of use. I'm able to use my instrument as a focus point, or just sound in general. But I mean, with them, it could be a sign of the divinity.
I'm looking around. Do I see anyone in here?
Yeah, there's people in here worshiping, people that are in there praying.
Anyone looks like they're like a priest or something?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Never been in anything like this. This is really nice. It's a lot better than the places that we've been in the past.
Natural 20, so 24.
Natural 20, very well.
I'll find you some.
You notice that there is an individual that is standing towards the back of the cathedral. He appears to be lighting candles. However, what catches your eye immediately, though, is that he does appear to be wearing some sort of ceremonial armor. It does appear to be almost, his face is exposed, isn't wearing a helmet, but has a embroidered, embellished breastplate that appears to have like almost religious text carved into the metal on the chest piece, and you actually see pages of scripture hanging down from badges on his armor as well.
Hey, Lavender.
Hmm?
That one looks important.
Do I just go up and talk to them?
I don't know how it works. Maybe. I think you would be better off doing it than me,
I'm
honestly.
sure that would be fun.
Okay. I'm going to like make my way over to him.
As you approach, you notice that he takes one of the large candles and he lights it with a small match. You notice that he is moving candle to candle. You do notice that as he's doing this, though, the match he's using doesn't ever appear to get shorter. He's using the same match to light all these candles.
What are you doing?
Hello. I am preparing for today's ceremony. How may I help you, child?
I kind of have this book. Okay. Do you know who Zuckmoy is?
It's very dark and perverse reading for someone as young as yourself. Is there something troubling you, my child?
So, funny story. I think I'm being, I think Zuckmoy's trying to control me, and I want to know how to kill it.
Can we hear this, like, from where we're at? Can we hear if he's, like, bombing or not?
Did you guys walk up?
No, I stayed where I was. How far away is it?
Tell you what, you want to give me a perception check? If you beat a 12, you'll hear it. It's echoey in here.
I definitely hear it.
13.
You beat it then. So both of you are able to faintly hear his conversation, and yes, he is bombing.
Oh, well, if only he went right in there, boy. He just went right in.
Kind of just led right into the whole.
Alright, so just take it, see how it plays out.
Sure.
Well, you came to a good adversary against this Sartmoy, this fiend. Why such a question?
I have somebody on board of the ship that I'm on. She opened me up. There was mushrooms in there, and she said that I have thorns and the green lights. I don't have a heart. So I went to Neve, and a friend of a friend told me that it was possibly Sartmoy, and I don't really like that, and I want to kill it. So I was pointed here. My friends are over there. I'm going to point back, and they said that I should come here. I don't want it. Like, I got this book from Neve, and I had my friend read it, and it didn't help me learn how to kill it.
That is a lot. It's quite alright, child. I can tell that you do seem to be in a state of distress. I do not want to alarm you. I just want to know what I'm dealing with here. Your friends, are they uncomfortable with the House of the Blessed Three?
No, I don't think so. I just think they just wanted to see how this went. I feel like they have a lot of trust in me, you know? I'm not used to being around a lot of people, and I think they're giving me a little bit of leeway with this to try to do it on my own.
Well, fortunately for you, I am the lore master here for the sanctuary. I am in charge of detailing and chronicling all events involving the Blessed Three. Why don't you come with me over to the altar?
Okay. I'm going to... Okay, no, I can do this. I can do this. And I'm going to follow him.
It's right there. It's about 10 feet away from us.
I don't want them to think that I'm doing anything weird, but I think they already assumed that. So
You can invite your friends up, if you'd like.
No, I'll do this. I'll do this myself.
Very well. He makes his way over to the altar. He sits down, or stands behind it. He reaches up onto his armor. You see that those intricate pieces of metal that are attached to his breastplate. He actually pulls off the metal, and you realize that they're canisters for scrolls. As he pulls it out and he puts it down, you see him unravel this rather old-looking text. And as he unfolds it, you realize that it's not text at all. It's actually a picture. It's a painting. An image scrolled onto the paper. As you look and gaze upon it, you see 3 appear to be valiant warriors battling some sort of horrific fiend or abomination. Monster is what you would view it as. These were the Blessed Three. Long ago, paladins must abide by certain orders and restrictions, duties to their gods. The Blessed Three were paladins from 3 different beliefs and faiths, but bound together to form an alliance to defeat a great and horrific evil. When they succeeded and dispatched the fiend back to the depths of hell at which it crawled from, they formed a new house, a house of the Blessed Three. The true dogmatic belief within our home is that you are allowed to worship any good deity and be a member of the Blessed Three. We do not restrict our paladins by a narrow belief system of blind servitude, but a conviction to the aspect of good itself, the nature of compassion, strength, valor, and justice. These are the pillars that hold these walls together. He reaches towards his sword, and you see him unsheath it. And as he does, you see that it is not a blade made of metal, but a blade made of stained glass. These are the weapons of the Blessed Three. And it is the pen at which we write our story with. There have been many crusades to deal with the horrors of the abyss, and there have been many tours to stop the rampaging control of hell. What you ask for, what you seek, the destruction of a powerful being capable of controlling its own plane of existence within the abyss. If this creature has its eye on you, and it has sought your soul, then you, my child, are in store for an incredible journey. One that will either end in your death or salvation. The choice is yours. I am willing to do what I can for you, but knowledge is the only semblance of power that I can give you.
That is what I'm here for. I want to know how to face that when it comes time to do that.
If you wish to face something so powerful, there is only one order that I know of that is even capable of such a feat. I will advise against seeking them out. If there is a way to destroy or face Suctmoy, I would prefer you not proceed in this manner. But if you must, there are an order of warriors known as Hell Knights. They believe fighting fire with fire, using the forces of darkness against the creatures of the dark. Are you aware of this order?
No, not really. I don't think I've heard of it.
Have you heard of the Crusades?
No, I don't really know a lot about any of this. I was not here for a long time.
It was during the Age of Ash. That is when the Second Crusade commenced against Avernus. Paladins diving into the depths of hell. As the blood war rages between demons and devils. Some orders, some factions of paladins believe that this is the best time to strike, when they are preoccupied with each other, not us. These paladins were not aware of what would happen when they delved into the depths. You see, many wizards, many extraordinary people of power find themselves traversing the plains, and when they do, their time there is often short. These paladins leapt into the flames. They stormed the very land of Avernus. But they did not leave. They stayed, made outposts, forts, constructed locations, garrisons. For them, it was an all-out war. Everything for the cause. Everything for the fight. In order to do this, they had to survive within Hell. Plants do not grow in Hell, not ones that we can consume. There are no cattle or livestock in Hell. The paladins resorted to the only thing these Hell Knights started to devour the very flesh of the demons and devils they killed. By consuming them, it changed them, gave them powers. Their bodies built up a tolerance to hell, becoming more in tune with the plane of existence itself. And when they did, that power came at a cost. Drastically cut down their lifespan. To this day, the Hell Knights orders still exist, and they now indubitably call themselves the Hell Rippers. Insane warriors, hell-bent on diving into the depths of both the abyss and hell. If anyone would know how to fight a demon lord, it would be them.
Do you say I shouldn't try to find them?
That is for you to decide, child, not me. It's only for me to tell the story.
I guess I'll have to think about it then. Maybe I could talk to them and maybe have them do it. Whatever would be easier. I just don't want to feel like something is trying to take control of me. Because I want to be me, you know? I don't like the idea of something always watching, feeling like that.
The gods are always watching us. No matter if you had this gaze of Zuxmoy or not, the gods are always watching.
One last thing. Do you know of Maliki?
Myliki. There's a god of rangers, and I believe a nature domain.
I was thinking about seeing if this Maliki could help me somehow. I knew I couldn't really do anything about the Zuckmoy thing by myself. I'm only one person, one thing. I don't even know what I am really. But I thought maybe somebody powerful like that could help me. I had a friend who worshipped Tempest, and it seemed to help him a lot, but he is not here anymore. I didn't know if maybe I could do the same thing.
Faith can be extraordinarily powerful. But if faith is not true, and is only there to serve a selfish need of preservation, often divinity will look the other way.
Okay. Okay. I really appreciate you talking and helping me.
Is there anything else you require of me, my child?
I don't think I have anything else that I need your help with. I think that was it.
Blessed three be with you.
And with you. And
He turns and he looks back towards the candles and begins lighting more.
And I'll walk off back to the group.
So that took a while. Any good news?
Maybe we should talk about it outside.
Oh, you tell us to get out?
No.
I didn't do anything.
I just don't want to tell you my decision in here because I feel it.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Let's go outside, then.
I'll lead them out.
All right. So you all walk out of the cathedral, standing within the streets.
So he told me, he told me that he suggests that I don't do it, but he mentioned Hell Knights may be able to know how to take care of it.
Are you familiar with Hell Knights?
Tell you what, you can go ahead and give me a knowledge history, or actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. You just give me an intelligence save.
Alright. 17, 22.
22.
My intelligence is not that great. 14.
14. Both of you are well aware of the Hell Knight Order. You do know that they are paladins that are not technically oath breakers, but they typically will worship gods that have a knack for battle. Tempest is one of their favored. However, there are other deities that they are known to worship that will offer them their divine power. They've also been known to make pacts and deals with devils in order to get power. They are a skewed order that is definitely viewed with a gray outlook.
Was a Hell Knight supposed to do? Was it because they have better insight or something?
The person suggested that they would be the best people to talk to, but really didn't want me to. I'm going to do it.
Why didn't he want you to?
I don't really know. I mean, he talked about how they get their power, they eat demons and stuff like that, but that doesn't really matter to me.
That's
honestly.
good. Don't judge
Because-
someone based on, what they eat. That's rude.
I mean, they do it for their own reasons. It's what they need to do. From
That's
what-
actually quite a nice outlook to have on life there, Lavender.
And from what I understand, they're fighting things like Zugpoint. They're doing good. They have to do what they have to do good, and that doesn't. His skewed outlook on that really doesn't bother me much. But I feel like that is a good path to go on. So if we could find Hell Knights, maybe they can tell me how to do it.
I'm gonna be honest, Hell Knights scare the hell out of me. No pun intended.
Oh, they're really scary.
They make me
I
a
mean,
little
I guess they
uncomfortable.
eat demon skins. So
They can be a little scary, yeah.
You've never met a Hell Knight, but there are definitely tales of them. Falner, you know many ballads about Hell Knights and about their, in fact, actually one of the most famous ballads for Hell Knights is known as Roderick's Ride Through Hell. A specific story about a lone Hell Knight who rode on a flaming horse that was not supposed to be on fire, by the way, through the gates of hell and slaughtered an entire squadron of devils himself. You do know that they typically wear hideous and horrifically grotesque looking armor as a fear factor. You do know that a lot of devils and demons actually are afraid of them. They typically will have black veins. A lot of times they can lose their hair. Sometimes their skin starts to gain a almost scaly or devilish-like appearance. They're pretty hideous and pretty scary.
Well, I can understand he might not want you finding them. I mean, they always seem kind of a bit like nutters to me. Like, they're very fanatical, almost.
Fanatical.
Very passionate about what they do.
Well, what other option did he give you?
It was really no other option. Something a Hell Ripper. I don't really know what that is. He mentioned that. I don't. You seem to know what the Hell Knight is. That is where I think we should go, wherever that is.
I mean, it seems like the only option you have right now, and your life is on the line, so we should probably just at least give it a look.
Yeah. I think that is for the best for me right now. Because the last thing I want is to one day not be me and have whatever Zakmoy is have control of me. And I don't want to hurt anybody that I know I don't want to hurt, you know. And if that is you guys, I wouldn't be really happy with that.
So, I don't know if we can just, like, find a Hell Knight around here. I don't know if that's going to be an option.
I don't know exactly what to find one right now, but like,
Yeah, no,
maybe
there's like
just
a Hell
use-
Knight bar that they all hang out at.
just use caution is all I'm going to advise.
Thunder, I appreciate your cautious outlook.
That's me, very cautious.
What else do we need to do?
Well, we're going to go see the merchant and see what he wants from us. That was the plan.
Or what we want from him.
What do we want from him?
That's right.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Where are you to go?
Where did he say on the list to meet him? Or
Didn't say.
The note. Wow, beautiful.
Maybe we should just walk down the street yelling at merchant. Or his name. Nathaniel.
Nethel.
Nethel.
His name is Nethel,
Nethel.
not Nathaniel. Well, I don't know where we're going. He didn't exactly say where to meet him when we got here, so...
Well, he's a merchant.
We're doing looking where
What's-
Maybe in the trade district.
You might be onto something there for him.
I did graduate college, so
We can head that way.
things.
Could the three of you go ahead and give me a perception check, please?
10.
Unnatural 20.
18.
18? Okay. You notice that as the three of you are sitting there talking, you realize that someone making their way up to the cathedral steps as you guys came out and have been standing there talking, they walk up to pass you. You notice that the person bumps into Fallner and then goes like, "Oh, pardon, mate," and turns and walks into the building.
Hey, check your stuff.
Right. I want to check my pockets. Son of a bitch. Checking all the
And
pockets.
all your stuff's gone. I'm joking.
Holy fuck, you really good.
This would be an iconic character that we'd have to meet.
However, you do find something in your pocket.
Oh, in me pocket.
Something's been added, not taken.
I pull it out.
You know, this is a piece of paper.
Open it up.
Just says the palace.
I think we got our answer.
You know the place.
And I
What does it
step
say?
on it.
It said the palace.
It's a sleazy bar.
The sleazy bar. Mm-hmm. Oh, all kind of place.
I'm kind of over those right now, I'm gonna be honest. Would I know where it is? Or I remember
Yeah,
where
it is. Yeah, you know where it's at. It's definitely a place for higher brow criminals. Definitely not your typical riffraff is allowed in there. Usually the upper echelon of scoundrels.
Cool. We'll head that way.
So what does this place like? I've never been here. Everything's kind of fancy.
What do you mean, like this whole city?
Yeah, like, but compared to where we've been, this is like a little bit different.
Well, it's considered like a city of love or something stupid like that. There's... weird, where's that cat coming from?
That cat.
Atros has a lot of cats. It's warm.
lot of artsy types like to come here for inspiration. Well, I shouldn't. Foley, you know. You're one of those, right? You went to school here or something?
Right.
Yeah.
Robin Crest.
Paul, I could tell you more about him. He's a native.
It's one of the
He does not want to go.
it's one of the main schools for dogs.
What, did you go to school here?
Right.
Oh.
You said you finished school? You didn't drop out or anything?
No, I graduated.
I don't believe you.
Why?
You just don't seem like the type to stick through it all the way.
Excuse me, that is quite rude. And what gives you that impression?
Nothing. Just forget it.
He did figure out the rune thing. Congratulations on that, by the way.
I am well versed in magic.
I didn't tell you earlier, thank you for helping me clean the thing.
Oh, it's no problem, man.
I'm sorry that I snatched it from you.
Yeah.
I know I've been kind of in my room most of the time, but
You know,
it took me by surprise. And
that's all fine. That's all fine. I don't really care. I just want to make sure you're going to be all right when we meet him. Because if you try to kill him, you're going to get yourself killed. I want to make sure you understand that before we go. Yeah, you feeling me? You understand?
I'll try to not kill him.
I'll take it. And head to the palace.
All right. So, as the three of you head to the palace, we move back to Kaz. Kaz, where would you like to go? Or you were heading to the palace, right?
Yes.
Okay. You work your way through the streets, and of course, the only way to get to the palace is you actually have to take a gondola. You make your way onto one of the canals, fetching a ride from a boatman. Get into the water, and you get your nice, slow travel across the canal as you make your way into a rather open space of water. Things get a little deeper as you see the stick that the boatman is using goes almost all the way down until you see up ahead the palace before you. A rather intricate building. In fact, the reason why it's called the palace is that this place was used to be a city hall. Used to be the main parliament for Etros. And since the king of Broma has taken over Etros over the last few decades, this building has been pretty much abandoned and repurchased, and now is used as a rather illustrious club for high-end criminals and crooks. Notice that your boatman brings you up to the dock where you get off, and you make your way to the exterior portion of the palace, which has a massive gold dome in the center of the building. The stone that the building is actually made out of is blanche white, and you can see the multiple connected buildings that are associated with the palace itself as well.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and enter into the palace.
Okay, you should go right through the front door.
Yes. Unless I know there's another entrance.
Okay. As you walk to the front door, you make your way up, and as soon as you get into the doorway, you actually feel something quite interesting. Humidity. It's very humid at the moment you walk in, and you actually start to see large vats of steam pouring and pillaring out into the lobby area. As you poke your head around and you look through the archways viewing in, This used to be considered the original lobby and main room of the palace. It has been completely renovated and redone to accommodate a bathhouse type aesthetic. So the entire room has been filled with hot water, and as you can see from it, it's quite busy in here. There's a lot of patrons that are already in the water as well. No one in here is wearing any sort of clothing. It's very freeing environment. You notice that as soon as you poke your head and you look in there and you catch this, you get approached by what looks like a rather young sun elf. She approaches you. Her dark bronze-like skin and dark hair. You notice that she has gold eyes, and as she approaches and looks towards you, greetings. I don't believe I've seen you here before. Are you new?
It's passing through. I haven't been in Etros in a while. So,
Are you a member of the palace?
well, can't say I am.
Are you here visiting someone?
Yes.
Do you have a name?
Do you know if a Tommy Tooth Toes is coming through here?
Not in some time, but are you acquainted?
Yes. Old friend.
Yes, that she makes her way over to what looks like a codex on the table. Yes, that she writes something down.
Could I roll a perception on that?
Sure can.
That is going to be 17.
Appears that she's writing down a almost like a additional comment section next to his name in a book. And your name?
Acorafane.
Fame. I like your name. It's very delicate.
Thank you. Sorry, what was your name again?
You may call me Salandre.
Salandre. So, when's the last time Tommy's been through here?
Oh, I would say most likely a few weeks.
A few weeks.
Yes.
Could you tell me if, it's a moon elf. She, goes by the name Lily.
Are you an acquaintance of Lily?
Yes, another friend.
Yes, she puts down the pencil. Very well, I did not know. One moment. She turns and notice that she grabs what looks like a folded up robe and what looks like a small basket filled with lye and soaps and oils. You may use any room that you like. If you want me to remove any guests from a room that you need, please let us know. We will accommodate you.
Thank you.
Give Lily my regards.
Yes, she here?
I do not know. I just started my shift recently. She may be. I know that her and the merchant are normally together.
I was going to, I'm assuming once I've gotten his memory so I can speak his native tongue.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I'm going to start speaking a Sun Elf.
Okay.
Do you speak?
That is a very old accent. Why did you learn to speak like that?
I don't mind that. We can speak plainly now. I'm assuming none of these Neanderthals can speak this language. So, the merchant. Is he here?
Yes, this is his establishment.
Where can I find him?
He's normally in his penthouse.
Could you lead me there, please?
Unfortunately, he's expecting some guests. I don't believe your name is... Do you also go by the name Kaz?
Yes.
Then he is expecting you, and some others.
I think I'll wait with him for the others.
Very well. I will take you upstairs. Follow me. And as you are getting ready to head upstairs, actually, you hear the sound of Fallner complaining about having to take a boat to get to a place, and how dumb that is.
I just think make sure I'll be able to fly.
As
And you can hear them approaching up the stairs.
How long have you felt this way? How
Why
long
don't
have
we
you-
just
this
walk
is
on the
happening,
water?
I'm going to hurry her
Can you
up.
do that?
That would make it.
He just wants to
easier
like
too.
sprout wings and start flying. You
This
wanna
is
do
just
that?
built over the water.
I-
Why don't they just make a
understand.
bridge?
All right, you
Why did we
all
pay
make
for
your
that
way
boat?
up to the top of the steps,
Why
and you
don't we
come
just
into the doorway.
Take our boat to it.
It's part of the culture, right? That's one of the main attractions.
I like the buildings, but they don't
They wear the
like...
stupid hats and everything.
What are you gonna do if a big
The hats are
wave
kind of-
comes? Stupid.
As you enter into the palace, you immediately feel that humidity, and you can actually see through the archways into the open area of the room, the massive bathhouse that has been renovated into here.
Have you ever been inside this place before?
You have, back when it was first bought out by another individual. You don't quite remember his name. You know it wasn't Nethel, though. But it was essentially used as like a nightclub. But this looks completely different. This was not a bathhouse the last time you were here.
I don't think we're in the right place.
What
This
do you
can't be the
mean?
right place.
The
It's just really hot in here.
the boat brought us here. This is the right place.
I know the boat. Last time I was here, it wasn't a bathhouse. It was like a bar, tavern, club.
How long ago was that?
Been a few years.
It's a year or two, give or take.
Maybe they're rebranded.
Right. So it's a pretty pricey rebranding.
What would the three of you like to do?
So what are we supposed to do here?
This is I'm looking around.
You look around and you see a spot for where a receptionist or an assistant or a greeter should be, but they're not there.
I'm gonna go up. Is there like something I can bang on?
You don't see anything.
Well, I guess that means we can just go do whatever we want. Just don't even check us in, so we can just check ourselves in, I
Just
guess.
pull out your gun and fire a couple shots and get
No,
all
not
the-
that. No, God. I will see if there's like a. Where's the lobby lead to? Is there like a hall to go
The
down?
lobby leads
No.
right into the bathroom,
Bathroom?
like the bathhouse.
So it's just all straight up bathhouse.
So this entrance that you just walked into is like a long rectangular room. On the right-hand side is where you can see the desk and the shelves with the towels and soaps and lies. And then on the left, there's a doorway that goes into a set of stairs. It goes down into this vast
All right,
open bathhouse.
All right. I'm gonna go behind the desk. I'm gonna grab some towels, grab some soaps, and hand them. Just look like you belong here, right?
Oh.
I don't know what I don't know what the procedure is, so just don't act like an idiot.
So I'm gonna get naked.
Don't get naked. Don't do that.
All right, so Falnar gets naked.
No,
What the
he
fuck
does
are
not.
those?
He does not.
Oh, I mean, not right here.
Oh my God! All right, and I'm going down the stairs.
You said that.
All right. Meanwhile, Salandre has taken you to the stairwell where the two of you have walked up pretty much all the way up to where the dome portion of this building is. As you find your way coming out to the top floor, you're led to a very large, open, almost looks like a observatory. The dome portion of the dome is now glass ceilinged, Through you can see the daylight pouring into this area. A large pool is indoor pool has been fashioned into the room. You can actually see what looks like many different female and male patrons either lounging up here or swimming in the pool. And you also notice that there's a lot of exotic vegetation and plants in the area as well. You can actually smell some of the greenery that's up here. The door leading to the balcony outside is open, and a nice cool breeze has actually been blowing into the rather humid room.
Could I do an intelligence check to see or pick out where these plants are from?
Sure.
20?
You notice that most of those plants look as though they most likely come from the Purungi expanse within the Strand.
All right.
Rather dense tropical rainforest-like area.
Keep trying to hurry along and...
You notice that she stops and looks towards you. If you would like to have a seat, I will let him know that you have arrived.
Okay. Stay standing and wait for her to come back.
All right. As you stand there and you're sitting there, you still have the scarf on and everything, and the coat. All right. So as you're sitting there and you're uncomfortable in this hot, humid climate, it takes her about 4 or 5 minutes before she comes back and she looks towards you and waves at you.
Okay. I'm gonna just follow her.
As you pass, you notice that a few of the females and a couple of the males within the pool actually like giggle and are making obvious gawking or cute gestures towards you as you walk away from the group. As you follow Solandre, she takes you to a set of large, elaborate 2 square doors. Ebony wood. You can see what looks like 2 forms of these almost demonic-like creatures carved up onto the door facing each other. Elaborate golden handles, and you notice that she grabs both of them, opens up the door, and as she opens it, you actually see what looks like 3 or 4 macaws fly across the room and land on a tree that's growing up in this room. The entire ceiling is completely glass, letting all the sun pour down into the room. You see what looks to be another smaller pool, not as big as the one that you just passed, but it appears to be a smaller pool, and you also appears to have a lone male sitting in it. You notice his arms are up on the side of the marble flooring, and as soon as the door is open, come in, please, Solandre. Close the door. Leave me and my newly met acquaintance here. I have been absolutely dying to meet you, Kaz. Yes, as Solandre bows and closes the door behind you. Well, go ahead and take out all of those clothes. You don't need them up here. You notice that as he stands up and grabs himself a bottle next to it, he's completely nude.
Is he packing?
You notice as you get a good look at him, his skin appears to have a rather dark. He has a rather dark, almost orange bronze complexion. You notice he has what looks to be black hair that's very wavy. You notice it comes down to about his shoulders. He has a very well-trimmed black goatee. You notice that he has red eyes. His hair also appears to look as though it's on fire. It does have like a natural, like almost burning emission coming off of it. You're able to recognize that he does appear to be a fire genasi.
So, she's left, correct?
Yes.
The door, does it appear that it has rather large handles, right?
Yeah, it has 2 large handles.
Would you say I could shove something in between them?
You could.
All right. I'm going to take my coat off. I'm gonna take the sash and I'm gonna wrap it around the door handles, and I'm going to tie it.
As soon as he sees you doing that, he just goes, "Ooh, no visitors. All right, if that's what you want to do. I mean, it's up to you. Although I typically don't like bruises."
I'm going to need to make this real quick, because we're going to be interrupted here probably in a few minutes.
Oh, your friends are already downstairs. They're eventually going to make their way up here.
Oh, I know that. But I don't need long. Just depends on the way you answer me.
Ooh, right to the point. I like a man who can drive a hard bargain.
Lily, where is she?
And why does that matter to you? I mean, you left the city. You don't really have any control over what she does or where she goes.
She's safe.
Safer than she's ever been.
The nightcaps.
Gone. Outdated. Also too messy. And the Zentarum were getting tired of having them deal with their issues, and it was just so much cleaner just to wipe them all out, and Lily was such a fantastic help with that.
What do you mean?
Well, Lily and I, we decided that the nightcaps were outdated, and we needed a fresh start. So, instead of convincing them to stop and just walk away, we gave them no other option.
Can I do an insight check on it?
Sure can.
Oof. 7.
What are you trying to insight?
Just the... As far as when he says that Lily helped him.
His demeanor appears to be very relaxed.
So, you're saying she killed them all. Every last one of them.
Killed? No. Lily's not a murderer. But Lily is a good girl. And she likes to do what Daddy tells her. So,
I'm going to cast Blink.
okay.
This is the best dialogue I've ever heard in my life.
Actually, I'm going to cast Misty Step. And I'm going to draw my Moonblade. And I'm bringing it up to him.
Okay. As you misty step and you bamf right next to him, your moon blade comes out with a flash. As your blade goes to strike or at least come up to the throat of the merchant, you notice that him within the bath doesn't even move a muscle. He keeps perfectly still. And as your blade is just about ready to make contact towards his throat, you see and hear a very familiar sound. The sound of wind whooshing and metal as it clanks against your blade. You see and hear Lily's telltale chakrams bounce off your blade off as it flies up into the air. And as it comes down, you notice that Lily appears and grabs her chakram falling from the air. That was rude, Kaz. Are you going to behave yourself? Or are we going to talk like adults?
What are you doing here?
I should ask you that question. You're the one that left.
You didn't give me a choice.
No, I did. I told you that we had everything that we needed here in Etros.
Oh,
I told you that this whole operation, you could be the one enjoying yourself in this nice hot water. You could be the one drinking and eating and fucking whatever you wanted. But no, you wanted to have some stupid family life wandering around traveling the earth for God knows how long. You notice that the merchant... Excuse me now, if you would, Lily. There's no need to insult the man.
Again.
That court just
The court assaulted you.
yeah, the court just assaulted you. Good for it.
Continue.
There we go.
We're good.
Well, wait, I'm just making sure it doesn't pull out. Yeah. It might not go up all the way to the ceiling.
No, I'm not doing anything.
Okay. There's no reason to insult the man. Lily, if you would. Yes, that Lily doesn't break eye contact with you, and she makes her way and stands back behind the merchant as he's in the bath. Now, do you want to have this conversation with just you and I, or should we bring your companions in on this? Because I think they would be rather interested in it as well. Unless you have something else that you want to say, or unless you're going to try to kill me again.
We can wait for them.
You know, as Lily opens her mouth. Yes, you would rather be careful around this one. After all, he's a trained killer.
Well, at least I don't betray the ones I call family.
Well, fine. I don't care about your two's history. That's not really my thing, although I do enjoy watching somebody squirm. So, Lily, if you would, please take your clothes off and join me. I don't want to be the only one sitting in here. You notice that without even a thought, she just immediately starts derobing before she gets into the water.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Wow.
Trying to get a good look, huh?
I rolled an 18. I am looking for any sort of signs of she's being mind controlled, some sort of like mind altering effects.
You look towards her. You look at her eyes. Her eyes do not appear to have any sort of milky glaze to them. She appears to have cognitivity and rational thought as she's doing her actions. Doesn't appear to that she's being mind controlled by anything that you know of.
As she's getting undressed, I want to see if she's got any scarring that I don't recognize.
Okay. As you see her get undressed, to your surprise, her form is just as supple as you remember it. No additional scarring, no marks that are unusual. Everything, even her birthmarks, are right where they're supposed to be.
So it's a merchant, right?
Yes. The merchant, I'm sure Jez has already told you that my real name is Nethel. It's a rather unfortunate name, I am aware, but we live in a world where I suppose you can always just choose your own, right? Meanwhile, back downstairs. What are the three of you doing?
Trying to figure out where we need to go, I imagine.
Right.
So we're just
Oh, yeah, so we grabbed our stuff and we're roaming around. lounge. You know, actually, before we go down too, I want to look through the desk. Well, there's no one there.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
There's like a guest book or something.
Coins. Coins to take.
That's an
Diamonds.
18. No, I'm not stealing from this place.
18.
18.
So, you actually find a nice little satchel of about 20 gold pieces in there. Other than that, it's all stuff that's supposed to be in there. Typical desk components and
There's nothing with like a
supplies.
guest list or anything like that.
No, that's
there?
on top of the table.
I'll look through that.
On top of the table, you do look at it, and it does appear that there is a guest list or a waiting list, and you do see your name is on the awaiting guest list.
No, nothing about the merchant on there at all being here.
No, you see his name on there too. That's what the guest list is for. It's for him.
Okay. So,
Oh, does it say who's already been here?
Yeah.
So does it say where he is?
Doesn't say where he's at, but as you're looking at it, you notice that a female form makes their way into the room,
Oh,
Someone's going. Someone's going.
and as she sees it, she sees the three of you.
oh, hey, hi. How's it going?
Greetings. I believe you're here to see the merchant, aren't you not?
We all.
We are.
Follow me. Your other companion is already here.
I mean, guys?
A Corathane? Or Kaz?
Chlorophane.
No.
Chlorophane.
All right, yeah, we'll follow you. I'm gonna put my towel and all that shit down. I'm gonna do that anymore.
Alright. She leads the three of you up a flight of stairs, and as you walk by this pool room, you come up to those double doors. As you go to open them, you can't. The doors, you notice that she goes, that's weird. You hear a voice from the other side of the door, and as the merchant looks at you. I think those are your friends. Maybe you should.
I'm gonna go and remove my sash and wrap it around my waist.
You notice that the door opens up finally, and you see Kaz standing right in front of you.
Guys, what are you doing here? I thought you guys had some other thing to take care of, and then you're gonna meet us.
I took care of them. There's nothing here.
There's nothing here.
There's nothing here. The merchant's here. Did you already talk to him?
I figured I'd get ahead of dealing with business. I'm just waiting for you.
Yeah, right. And you blocked the door off. Why?
Privacy.
Oh, all right. Interesting.
You notice that the female sun elf looks towards you. She bows and turns around and closes the door behind you guys as you enter in. You notice that as you enter in, there we are. Here we have the Widow Makers, the new pirate lord Jezebel and her crew. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Been enjoying hearing about your work, Jez.
Yeah. Why don't you get to the chase and tell me what you want? What was the theatrics of the chest? It's a little extra, don't you think?
Did you not like my gifts?
I enjoyed mine. Can't say my companions enjoyed theirs very much. Well, no, Faulkner. He liked his. But these two, on the other hand, they weren't a fan.
Well, I can see why. Kaz wouldn't like his, of
You
course.
can't see why he wouldn't like his. You had no idea about the item that you managed to acquire somehow for some reason?
I thought you'd be rather excited about recovering a lost item from your dead sister.
Watch your fucking mouth.
No need to get hostile. Touchy subject. My apologies. So why don't we get down to business then?
Yes, Nethel, let's get down to business.
All right, Giselle. It's no hidden fact. I am a man who is capable of acquiring things that people need. It's my thing. And I am very good at it. And I want to keep that rolling. I've already bought this nice new place, and business is booming. On top of that, I have so many political nitwits wrapped around my finger right now. I could pretty much get anything I wanted passed in this fucking city, and no one could say anything else about me, because a particular politician likes having intercourse with rather anamorphic things. So, why don't we scratch each other's backs? I have some information that you all would probably want. Actually, I should say you know you want. And we can make a little deal.
I'm getting a little tired of making deals.
Drink? Anyone would like a drink?
I'm alright.
God, you are making the room just so stuffy. Look at him. Look at that face. He just looks dead inside.
Stop running your mouth and spit out what you want.
Alright. I'm a pirate lord. You're a pirate lord. There's plenty of pirate lords out there on the sea. We have a great gig. Alright, we roam the strand. We get to keep whatever we can scavenge off of any island. And if you have enough clout, more supporters, more crewmates, you can rise up in the ladder of importance with other scoundrels. Who cares? That's all small fry. It's little game. I'm talking about big game here. And Calypso is making that really fucking hard.
Ah. Alright, now I'm starting to see where this is going.
And Jethro,
Rest in peace.
that little rest in pieces, I would assume. Did you keep the head, by the way?
No, I just got the key out of it.
Oh. Should have kept the head. That should have been a nice little trophy for you.
I actually was kind of fond of Jethro, so I didn't want to parade his head around.
Well, he
Just-
wasn't that fond of you. In fact, he teamed up with Calypso, and he was going to take care of you on that island. I heard word of it, sent some of my boys out, and thankfully, since Jethro was too busy dealing with those pygmy goblins, they were able to surprise him. Make short work. Any enemy of Calypso is a friend of mine. Any friend of Calypso is an enemy of mine. Calypso is not who he says he is. He may look like some scroungy old fart, but I assure you, he is not human. There's something about him that I can't place my finger on, and I want to find out why. He is going to be here tonight. I'm inviting him to my palace for a little cordial meeting. Be a perfect opportunity to find out what he is, what his game is, especially since he's allied himself with Tuchigol. And I've heard rumors on the wind that old Bela has been spotted here in the Strand. No reason for those fascist tieflings to be here.
Right, and how are we supposed to know this isn't some elaborate
Elaborate
ambush?
triple double cross?
Right.
Yes, I thought about that too. Here's the thing. It doesn't benefit me at all. In any way. Having you dead and Calypso alive still puts me exactly in the same place that I was when I woke up today. Hating fucking Calypso and wanting to stop him. If his plan goes through and he becomes the first pirate king, well, then you might as well kiss the Strand goodbye. You might as well kiss the raiding goodbye. You might as well kiss privateering goodbye. And this will become just a nice big hot zone beachfront for a bunch of opposing forces that want to fuck shit up in the north. So, I have ways of sweetening the pot. It's up to you how much you want. You want the
Alright.
pot sweeter? I'll make it fucking sweeter.
I hate to cut you off. But what is it exactly about him that makes you think he's not human or whatever you were rambling about?
His eyes.
His eyes.
I can see it in his eyes. There's something about the eyes. It always tells you exactly what someone else really wants. A subtle shift towards the breast. A quick glance towards a weapon. Quick flickering of the eyes, a recollection of a memory. Eyes so very telling. His eyes. His eyes are like a black hole. Just swallows everything. No want. No desire, just darkness. So, are we in? Or are we out?
You know, I'm gonna leave it up to my comrades here since you decided to invite them for a deal by pissing them off right away. So what do you think? Personally, I don't fucking care about any of it anymore.
What are you? The fire. What are you?
I am a fire Genasi.
I'm going to reach in my bag, or in one of the quivers, and pull out 2 arrows of slaying, and I'm going to say, like, activate them and be like, fire Genasi, and then just put them back. How did you get my sister's brooch? And why did you think that I wanted it?
Oh, so you want me to sweeten the deal then, right?
I don't care about a deal. Like, why did you give me it?
Your sister's alive.
Don't listen to him, Lavender.
That's right, don't listen to me. Listen to the guy who sent you a brooch that I should not be able to have, yet somehow I did have it, expecting that the brooch of your dead sister would make you want to do what I want you to do. Oh wait, that's right. It's because I have information that you would fucking want.
What proof do you have that she's alive?
Your sister. Last thing she ever told you to do was run into the woods, not look back. You heard the screaming of your sister, but you never actually saw her die, did you?
But he did.
Did you? You saw her get stabbed. You didn't see her die.
I didn't see life leave her. I saw her what seemed like her last moment.
Wounded is the word you're looking for. She was wounded, Lavender. And she made it out alive.
So then where the fuck is she if you're so fucking smart?
That's the information that costs money. That's the information that costs a job. Are you in or are you out?
Calypso will be here tonight.
Tonight?
Fine. We kill him, we're over with this.
I never said kill him.
Yeah, we don't even know what we're dealing with. What do you want us to do? Just sit down and have fucking dinner with him? What's your plan here? You didn't explain that.
It's called espionage. There's ways of handling things without spilling blood. As he looks at all of you and Lily.
I don't know.
All of you, everyone in here. I've got a dossier on all of you, and you. You're all fucking crazy, and you all kill everything.
Hey, take the dossier, shove up your fucking ass, answer my question.
We need information on Calypso. He's more useful right now alive than dead. If we kill him, then everything that he knows will be for nothing. Keep him alive, make him think that I'm playing along. His meeting here, him coming here tonight, is for me to align myself with him to take care of you. So, here's the plan. Calypso arrives tonight. We go through the pleasantries of Pirate Lord Dickswing. Then, once we get down to the brass tacks, he'll explain to me what his overarching goal is. Then I can provide one of you, possibly as a prisoner. And we have Lily and the rest of you organized to break them out, and then you all escape. And then you can come back here tomorrow night for your payment.
And what's the payment?
Flavande, I will not just tell you how your sister's alive, I will tell you where she is. Oh, and by the way, she thinks you're dead. So, you may need a little bit of convincing her. Shouldn't be too hard. Faulner, did you enjoy the shed?
I did.
Do you know what it is?
I have an inclination of what it might be, but I'm not exactly sure.
You're aware of the Rain of Blood, are you not?
Rain of Blood? I'm not exactly sure about that. I've heard Arrow Blood. Maybe it's the same thing.
I believe it is. Rain, not as in the liquid, as in raining.
Oh, right.
That conch is part of the ingredients. It's one of the components used in the, I guess, spell or ceremony. I may have a source that could tell you where the rest of them are.
I'll be interested in that.
Would you be? I was hoping you would be. Jez, the map. There's 2 locations left on it. This mask that Shiv is looking for, it's somewhere on one of those 2 locations. Not sure which one, but Jethro did a very good job of eliminating the other 4 for you. I can't provide which one is the actual island, but I can tell you this. The mask is an ancient Netherese artifact.
Do you know what he wants it for?
Well, from the legend's tale, that mask is supposed to have, well, belonged to some ancient sun elf colony that disappeared long ago within the Strand. The supposed originators of Azelt Livado. I guess there was a prince named Selamor. You immediately... That was his son that killed him.
Do I recall the mask?
If you try to think about it and think within your own head, there was something, an artifact, that Selamor was pleading with Eliaphel, telling him that this artifact would help save their nation. Eliaphel deemed it too dangerous. It was too unpredictable. They didn't know what it would do, what powers it could have. So it was thought as a useless cause. Selamor, who knows what he did after he murdered Eliaphel. So, between you and me, I'm actually curious on what the fuck Shiv is doing too. Because he seems to just pop up when he wants and disappear just like that. And I can't get a bead on what he's trying to do. And for you, Kaz. Well, you're rather tough, aren't you?
You have nothing that I want.
Nothing, huh?
Nothing.
Okay. What about Lily's freedom?
May it seem like she's here on her free will.
If you're asking if I'm controlling her somehow, not with magic. You see, knowledge, information is always so much more effective than relying on magic. Right? Lily? He looks over towards her. Lily, it's time to go for a swim. Put your head underwater. You know, he has her go underwater. You watch her just slip down. And you see her submerge herself in the water, and she's just sitting underwater. She won't come up unless I tell her to. If you prefer, I can just let her drown here next to me. That's fine.
That's enough.
You sure?
Stop it.
I don't know. I mean, you haven't really told me whether or not you're in or not.
Just stop it. I'll help you.
Notice that he raises her up. You know, she comes up, she leans back up. Good. I like it when a deal can be made. Tonight, we can all go over the details. Come back here at sundown.
Come back? Well, this place, why don't you just put us up in one of your, I don't know, fanciest rooms or something?
If you'd like. On the house, of course. I will have pleasantries brought to your rooms. Feel free to use the bathhouses and any of the accommodations at your leisure. Lily, if you would, you can go and speak with Kaz. You have my permission. You notice that he gets up and walks out of the tub. And you notice that he walks over to his balcony and looks back towards the rest of you all as he grabs what looks like a robe and begins to put it on. Go. Give them some privacy.
Alright. Let's go. You heard the men. Let's leave them alone.
I'm going to walk up to him.
You're gonna walk over towards him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Please don't.
Yeah, so he turns around, putting the robe on, he ties the belt around his waist.
Right up on him. I'm going to get in his face. If you're lying, I will come back here, and I will snuff out whatever flame you are. I hope you know that.
There is one thing, Lavende, that someone like me never does. You know what the value of me is? Do you know what makes me
Don't care.
worthy?
I don't care.
My word. I lie, even once. Every person that I ever deal with will assume that I'm going to backstab them. Assume that I'm going to lie. I don't lie. If I have information that's valuable, it's credible. Now, I can assure you, your sister is alive. Go.
I'll believe you for now. Don't have a choice, I guess. And I'll turn and walk out.
Notice as he turns, he looks back towards the group and he gets ready to close the doors of the balcony. Ah. Don't you just love the city of love? And he closes the door.
I'm leaving.
I also leave. Guys, we'll be in our room.
We'll just be out here somewhere. You can find us. Be around. Lavender.
That'd be wherever you're at.
I'm gonna close the doors. Fucking hate that guy so much.
I'm going to kill him.
Yes, that as they leave, she gets up out of the water and you notice that she moves over and grabs a robe, puts it on.
What does he have over you?
He has my sister, Kaz. The merchant is a very dangerous man.
I could have killed him if you didn't stop me.
And then my sister would die. If he dies, the amount of chaos that would ensue from his death, you might as well knock over 1,000 dominoes, because that's how many people, that's how many lives would be affected by his being snuffed out. He almost wants someone to kill him just so he can laugh from beyond the grave. You've already started his game.
Why didn't you just come with me?
And if you would have been here, maybe we could have stopped my sister from getting kidnapped.
Don't you pin this on me. You made your choice. You said this is
We were the Nightcaps, not me, not you. It was me, you, Scrat and Mash. We were the Nightcaps, and when they were gone, and it was just you and me taking care of them, I couldn't do it without you here.
They could have taken care of themselves.
No.
We could have started our own family. An actual family.
We were already a family. We were already a family. And now I had to completely destroy it. Everything. The Nightcaps, they're gone. Most of them are either dead or they're in jail. It's over, Kaz. The moment you left, the bigger fish of Etros moved in and gobbled us up. There isn't a single fucking person in Etros that could even touch the merchant without having some sort of red tape pop up around him. And now I'm stuck being his. Being whatever he needs me to be.
I'm not gonna let him. He's not gonna keep you. He's not gonna keep your sister. I'm gonna free you. And her.
Be very careful, Cass. The merchant's not lying about Calypso. There's something wrong with him. He's not normal.
My life, up until now, has been far from normal. You were the only thing that kept me grounded. That made me want to stay in one place, and that was with you. But you know what? It's fine. I'll save you one last time, and I'll save your sister. But you promise me you leave this place, you get far from it, you get far from the merchant. You never look back.
And what about you? What about you after all of this? You and these pirates you're with.
I started something that's much bigger than us, than the merchant, and these pirate lords. I think I finally found a purpose. I thought waking up every night next to you, that was more than enough for me. And then I went searching for something to keep me going. And what I found was the weight of the world put on my shoulders. But I'm telling you this right now. I damned the whole world for you, Lily.
You're a stupid, stupid man. With stupid, stupid dreams. And so she gets up. She, as she clears her almost raven-like hair out of her face, her bright, almost moon blue-like eyes. She grabs her two chakrams off the ground and the rest of her clothes. I'll see you tonight. She turns and walks off, leaving you alone within this penthouse.
So the merchant went out to his balcony, right?
It looks as though there's a balcony out there, yeah.
I'm gonna walk up and see if he's still out there.
As you walk up and look, you can see that it's a wraparound balcony, and there's a walkway that goes somewhere else. You must have walked off.
I'm gonna try to follow him.
You open it up onto the balcony. You walk along the walkway, and it leads to a rather open area. It's almost more of a the opposite of a balcony. It's not a balcony. Can't remember the name of it. Basically, it is a very large patio on the outside of the building. The patio has very similar features as it did back within the spa room. You notice there's a set of two double doors that are already there and open. As you go and look in, you see that the merchant is standing in his room, and he appears to have a bottle And he's already poured 2 glasses. I was waiting for you to come. Sets a drink down. It's not poisoned.
I take it and I throw it back. I want more. I want Lily free, and I want her sister free.
I could arrange that. Could arrange their safe travel, name change, and disappeared off the records.
And I have your word on that.
You have my word. And I do not break my word. Do you break yours, Kaz?
No.
What about the rest of your crewmates? Jez doesn't seem like someone that could keep a word.
You don't have to worry about Jez or the rest of the crew. I'll get the job done by myself if I have to.
Ooh. Dangerous. I like dangerous. Listen. I do rather like you and your group. I don't want any harm to come from you. And the unpleasant threats, it's a way to keep you in line. Don't take it personally. After all, it's just business. And I am a businessman. I want Etros wrapped up in a bow for me. As far as being a pirate lord goes, don't care. It's been fun, and it occasionally gives me good information, but it has slowed down. A bit too much for my taste. And politics, now that is a dirty spoon that I'm willing to stir with.
All right. So, I'll help you find out what this Calypso is.
I'd hope so, because whatever he is, whatever he's planning with old Bela, it involves you and your group. Trust me, he's very adamant on getting you all. He's very adamant on making sure you are not around, and I guarantee it that sleazeball Shiv has some skin in this game.
What do you mean?
It's not 100% certain, but it seems like he's been sabotaging old Bela's efforts. Ships going down, Tuchigul ships being found afloat, scuttled. Shiv's been really at work tearing them up. And they're starting to scratch their own heads figuring out why he's in and out like that. He's not even robbing them. Just burning them at sea. And I also heard word that he stole an Archelon cell.
That's true.
Rather powerful piece of magical. One of the main primary components to a, well, I'm sure you've heard about the power that the Nethries had in their mythologs.
I'm very familiar.
The Archelon cell, after all, is the primary ingredient in the creation of a mytholog. Why would a pirate need that?
Why? That doesn't make any sense.
I can't think of a reason why either, but he has it, and now he's looking for this mask. Everything seems to be pointing towards Azel Tivado. And we have a lot of players at the game. There's me. There's all of you. There's Tuchigol. There's Old Bela. There's Shiv. And then there's Calypso. And we're not even counting the rest of the pirate lords who are up for grabs. Oh, and congratulations on getting the Blast Iron crew and the Green Meanies on your side. Kudos.
Well, that was all Jezebel and the crew, so... Alright. Well, I'm sure you've exhausted yourself with all your talking.
No, Lily's going to exhaust me here soon. You are going to leave and come back later.
You know, Merchant, I'm not afraid to watch this city burn. So,
Give me an intimidation roll.
that is...
So saucy tonight.
He's a smug motherfucker, man.
9.
You can tell for the first time, you see him sort of show a slight sliver of fear. I get your point.
I'll be back later. I'm gonna leave.
And as you turn and leave, you make your way back out to the corridor, the top of the stairs where the rest of your companions are waiting.
Well, I didn't expect you all to still be here.
I told you we'd wait for you. We have to go to our new room all together.
Yeah. You three just, go relax till we have to go do this fucking mission with the merchant. I'm gonna go get some air.
Suit yourself, I guess.
Well, we should probably figure out our all ship situation since we only got about 5 hours.
Yes. Ah, fuck. I'll go deal with that. Why don't you figure out where we're staying?
Alright.
Make sure she knows it has to be the nicest room in this place.
Right, I'll get on it.
Don't be intimidating about it, though. That's unnecessary.
We'll get the nicest room here. Don't worry.
Kaz,
Yeah.
you seem to not like that guy very much either, do you?
The merchant?
Yeah.
No, I do not like him.
I'm just gonna go take care of our ship, and I'm gonna just, swoop out.
Jez awkwardly makes her way out of the very tense situation.
If you ever need help taking care of him, you know you have my back in this, right? Or I have your back in this.
Labende, that's one thing in this world I don't need help with. You two find your room or whatever you're going to go do. I'm going to go get some air. And then turn around and leave.
As you turn around, then you make your way outside. The palace is surrounded by the water of the canals. You hear the sound of the waves rushing as you look off towards the sunset, seeing that you have maybe about an hour or two before the sun goes completely down. You feel a faint hum, almost in the back of your head. Feel your hand gravitate towards your moon blade.
So,
And as you put your hand on it, you close your eyes. And feels as though something moves behind you and in a very comforting and gentle way. You feel the hand run along your shoulder, down your tricep, onto your forearm, over to your hand of your blade. And the hand gently wraps around the back of yours. You can sense this feminine energy. And the only name that comes to your mind, Ialistre. And that's where we end tonight. So,
The sauce was so thick.
so thank you all for joining us for episode 34.
Very well done, QQ.
Thank you.
job.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's game. As you guys all will know, next episode is going to be a little crazy. Some stuff is definitely going to happen. But other than that, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm sure you guys have been waiting for it since we were off last week. Next, tomorrow is going to be episode 7 for our Chicago by Night Season 3. So hope to see you guys all there. And then, of course, we will have After Dark this week.
Tuesday, specifically.
Tuesday. So, without further ado, thank you all. And remember, best time to tell stories is whenever it's near dark.
Oh, you fucking said it, man.
Goodbye.